Hey guys, what's up? It's CodeGamer1 here with a surprise video. I did not detail that there would be a Wednesday series starting, but this is going to be like my iRacing road career, which I outlined yesterday. I'm also going to be doing an iRacing oval career, which I have a map lined out. I'm not going to quite disclose that route yet, because I want it to be a surprise when I move up a series what's going to be coming next. So, like I said, I'm not going to be outlining that yet, but we're going to be starting in the national car. I've always been a better oval driver than a road driver, just because I grew up watching oval racing. I live in America, so NASCAR is the big thing. So naturally, when I got onto iRacing, I just started oval racing, and it took me a while to get into road racing, but I really enjoyed it, so that's why I'm doing the series that I started yesterday. But enough about the series I started yesterday. Now it's for the series that I'm starting today. The iRacing oval career, it will go from... It will be all NASCAR cars, or cars that will help me in NASCAR. Like I said, we're going to be starting in the national car, and this is going to be a season preview for the preseason. I'm going to be doing a preseason like I'm doing with the road series. Preseason because it's already mid-season, and I didn't want to wait until next season starts. So it's not going to be a full season, but I am still going to have some goals for this season. So I'm going to show you guys some information about the car. I'm going to show you guys what's left of the schedule this season on iRacing and what we'll be doing for the preseason, and what my goals are for the series. So, there we go. I'm just going to read exactly what it says off the iRacing site. The Chevrolet National Impala is featured in NASCAR's primary development series, the K&N Pro Series East and West, which developed from the former Busch North and Winston West series, more recently known as the Busch East and West series. The K&N Pro Series car is based on rules that existed for the pre-COT Cup style cars, with numerous variations to distinguish the cost and performance of these development series cars from the top-level Cup cars. iRacing's Chevrolet National Impala utilizes a 110-inch wheelbase, as used in the former Winston West series, along with a NASCAR spec 358 cubic inch V8 running a 12:1 compression ratio. So this car, I think it's still used in the K&N series, but they've kind of been moving towards a body that looks more like the Gen 6 car used in the Cup series. This has always been my favorite of the two cars. I haven't really watched K&N this year, so I don't know if they're still running it. I think they are. It's kind of team choice which of the two models you wanted to run last year. I don't know if that's still the case this year, or if they've moved completely onto the new body model. But I do really enjoy this car, and like I said, it's the starting rung on iRacing if you want to get into NASCAR. They have the street stocks for the rookies, but I'm not a rookie, so I don't even have access to that series anymore. So that's why I'm starting with this. Otherwise, I would start with the street stock. But if we go on to iRacing, this is this season's schedule. These first 5 weeks have already come and gone. So we're going to be starting at Las Vegas. That is going to be week 1 of our preseason. It's going to be a 7-week preseason. So I could still kind of contend for some stuff in the championship. I can't contend for a win, but like I said, I'm going to have some goals for the championship, because I want this to be, with the preseason, I could very easily treat it as each race, just do my best in that race, like it's a one-off thing. But I want to race like I will in the actual season, where I'm actually thinking bigger picture and working towards something. So that's why I'm going to have some goals. We're going to be starting at Las Vegas, which this track, this car, it seems like they've put some more bigger tracks on the schedule. It used to be a lot of short tracks, but I looked at this season's schedule, and it seems to be a lot more larger 1.5 mile and some super speedways on the track as well, which surprises me. But the car does handle very good, in my opinion, at the larger tracks. So that doesn't bother me too much, even though I do really enjoy it on the short tracks. So like I said, we're going to be starting at Las Vegas, which is a larger track than I'm used to in this car, but I'll get used to it. Then we're going to Richmond, which is a track that I really enjoy in this car. I've driven it before. Phoenix Oval with Dogleg. I'm really looking forward to that because Phoenix has always been one of my best oval tracks. I got my first NASCAR iRacing Series win at Phoenix. The new Phoenix, actually, and I had a lot of wins at the old Phoenix, so that's a track that really clicks for me. Plus, it's a home track now that I'm living in Arizona. I'm about 2 hours from the track, actually, but to me, that's still a home track because it's the closest racetrack to me, other than Tucson Speedway, which is really close to me, but they don't run that in any of NASCAR's top series. K&N actually does go there, but it's not on iRacing. So that's the closest track to me on iRacing. Then Chicagoland Speedway, which used to be a home track for me because I used to live in Wisconsin. So it was a very close track to me, and it was the closest track that they ran in Cup. Five Flags Speedway, which I actually have not run on iRacing yet, but I'm looking forward to it. I've heard good things about it. And it's a track that should work very well in the National because it's very well suited to the shorter tracks. Then Kentucky, which is kind of an track for me, but I'll have to get better at it because I need to come away with some good championship points. And then Talladega. I've always been very good at super speedways. I have a good feel for the draft usually and when to make moves and when not to make moves. So that should also be a good week for us. And then let's go through some of my goals for this series. I'm going to try and do a race this week at Michigan and not upload it just to get some points. The way the championship points work on iRacing is it's a 12-week season, and your bottom 4 races are dropped. So it only takes your top 8 weeks in points. We're only going to be racing 7 weeks, 8 if I do a race at Michigan, which I'm going to. So we're not going to have a chance at the top spots. I'm in Division 2 this season. I don't think I'm going to be able to make it up to Division 1 by next season, so we're probably going to be in Division 2 next season as well. But my goals for this series are actually going to be top 50 in the division standings, and then overall, there is some very high participation in this, just as there is in the Skippy. 3,201 people have raced in this car this season, and it's only week 5. So my goal for the overall standings is going to be top 100. Those are not very high goals, but like I said, I don't have those 4 drop weeks to work with. And the way iRacing does the points is it takes your top 4 races from each week, and then it takes your top finish out of those top 4. That's if you do 4 races. If you do 5 to 8 races, it takes your top 2 finishes and averages them together. So you always want to do at least 4 races, which I'm going to try and do every week. And then if you do bad in those races, that's when you do more than 4 to try and bump it up. If you have a good finish in those 4, there's really no reason to do more than 4. But I'm going to try and do at least 4 every week, and then we'll go from there. I'll post my highest points scoring race out of those 4 races, and I'm going to try and find the SOF races to race in those. This series is going to go up every Wednesday, one day after the last series, the road series, and the first one will go up next Wednesday, the first race. And you may ask, I outlined this in the road series, but you may ask, why are you going to be uploading these a week late? Because when this goes up, this video, it's already going to be Las Vegas week. So by that logic, when I upload next week's video, which will be the Las Vegas video, it will be Richmond week already. The reason I'm doing that is because at the end of every video, I kind of want to outline where I am in the standings, division and overall. So I will be showing the standings screen for both division and overall, so you guys can kind of see how I'm progressing. And if I'm going to meet my goals or not. My goals will be higher next season because I'll be running a full season, but I'm going to call this a preseason. And next week will be called preseason week 1, all the way up to preseason week 7. I'm not going to call it week 6 because this is basically the start of my season, and it's not a full season, so I'm just calling it a preseason. Next week will be called season 1 of the actual career. So I hope you guys are as excited as I am about this series. The reason I'm doing it is because I'm kind of rusty on the oval side. I am still good because oval racing has always been my thing on iRacing, like I said, but you don't realize how rusty you get if you're not racing, because I had the whole move to deal with, so I haven't really raced like competitively and like every week for at least a few months now. So I've done a couple races the last couple weeks, and I'm definitely rusty. I'm gonna have to get back in the swing of things, but that shouldn't take me more than a couple weeks to get the feel back for it. So that's kind of why I'm doing the preseason. That, and I didn't want to wait until next season to start. I just wanted to get going because I'm excited. I hope you guys are as excited as I am, and I hope you guys tune in next week. Let me go back to there. Make sure to follow me. Like my Facebook page at CodeGamer1, and follow me on Twitch at CodeGamer1 as well. And also make sure to subscribe to this channel for this series, obviously. Like I said, hope you guys are excited as I am, and I hope to see you guys at the video next week. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.